welcome to my channel. This is one of my first sit down videos on my travel nurse series. Make sure you guys like if you like it, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate the love that you guys have been showing me. But let's get right into it. From the title, you can tell that this video is about me getting fired. No, I did not get fired as a travel nurse. I got fired this time last year. I was at a job that was approximately 10 minutes away from my home. It was very convenient. The job was not bad. It was the people that I worked with. Now, I'm sure that a lot of people out there can relate to a toxic work environment. The ladies that I worked with, they were, I tried to steer away from saying envious while I worked there, but they seemed to not like me for some reason. I am the type of nurse that goes over and beyond for my residents. I'm the sweet nurse, the bubbly nurse, the nurse that'll dance with you, the nurse that loves to give out hugs and kisses. Like, I'm just that nurse. They would comment on how often I change my hair, how often I get my nails done, make comments like she must not have children. Why is that any of your business? It's not. It's not. What are some examples? It was one girl in particular that I had a humongous problem. Well, she had a humongous problem with me. Let's put it that way. I sensed it from the very first moment I worked there. But I ignored it. I wanted to, get more interactions with her. We worked opposite shifts, so when I would come in the morning, she would be leaving at night. What set me off one day was she was hiding around the building, so I could not get my keys to my med card. And if there are any nurses out there, you know how frustrating it is when you want to start and you're an urgent starter and someone has your keys. That made me so mad, and she made one of the most nastiest comments towards me. And I'm very nice nasty, so I'm nice naturally, but once you take it there, I will get nice nasty with you. So I filed a grievance thinking that, that's how it's supposed to go. Wrong. Not at this job. This job, everyone in management were friends. It turned out that she was the night shift supervisor. No matter how nasty she was to me, they did not care. They just did not care. They found ways to get me wrote up, suspended. And by the time I got suspended, it was over hanging up too urgently on the phone with one of the managers. Now, if that's not petty, I don't know what is. I took that suspension and I just rolled with it. It was like 2 days off, and I just didn't even feel like fighting it. At that point, I started to trying to find other jobs. For some reason, those other jobs did not appeal to me, even though the environment I was in was toxic. It was kind of like it just wasn't meant for me, even though this wasn't. So one day, I had 4 girls at the job that I did like. Let's make it 3. 3 girls at the job I did like. 1, I went to nursing school with her and we are still friends. 2, I found out that we were best friends in elementary. And then 3, she was like the one who worked there the longest. The girls who had problems with me actually did not like her, and she was like the best nurse I have ever met. She trained me when I got there. She had let me know of her reputation before I even got a chance to cast judgment on her. And I told her, people tend to have the same feelings towards me when you are very tedious, time managed, and you take care of your patients. I don't know why other nurses hate it, but when you're not lazy, they don't like you. I don't know why. So the nurse who I went to elementary school with did something bad. This nurse that I went to nursing school with knew about it. Somehow I got blamed for it. It wasn't anything that would affect my license. So I just took it to the chin. And when they fired me, they had these nasty grins on their faces as if they rocked my world. Now, did it catch me by surprise? Yes, because they had me training someone for 2 days. They had me training someone for 2 days, and it was coming up on the dinner med pass. It was around 4 o'clock. I wasn't off work until 7 o'clock at night. They fired me before the dinner med pass. This lady had only been there for 2 days. So that showed me how much they care about their residents, and the incident had happened 2 weeks prior. So you waited until you found someone to hire, and then you had me train her, and then you did not have her properly trained. So you stick her on the car and you shoo her away. Now, when they fired me, I told the director of nursing, I sat there for a second. I was upset. I wanted so bad to, like, you know, defend myself and fight it. I hadn't found another job. I had turned down the other jobs. I didn't have any money in my savings account. This was rolling up at the end of October. November rent was due, so the check that was coming was my rent check, and it would have been short because of the time of the pay period that they fired me. Something just came over me and was like, tell her thank you. So I got up, I reached to shake her hand. She did not shake my hand. And I told her, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to work here, and thank you for the experience here. And I wish you guys nothing but the best. Since I left, it has went down in flames. My STNAs and my home health aides at the place was assisted living, they were so upset. I had so many phone calls, text messages, people finding me on social media telling me that my unit was practically going to crap after I left, that they missed me, and that the place were stupid for getting rid of me. And then shortly after I got fired, 3 nurses actually quit, and I just got word that the same people who were playing puppet with the lady who fired me, she got fired 2 weeks ago. Ain't that karma? Same time of year. The same people who you tried to make do puppet master with me, they're gone. Okay, now I'm out of there. I'm out of there now. So I didn't know what I was gonna do. My sister-in-law, she does, it's this thing called Amazon Flex. We have an Amazon plant in Cleveland, and we have a couple of them. It's one of our top employers, and she uses her own vehicle, and she drives for Amazon. They pay on Mondays and Wednesdays, or I think it's Wednesdays and Fridays is one of those days, but you get paid twice a week. And I decided to download the Amazon app, and they had openings, and I was making anywhere between $200 and $450 a week doing Amazon. So it was not my nursing checks, but it was enough to, you know, keep food on my table, keep gas in my car, pay my rent, and occasionally, you know, do a little something. I found a job around the corner from my house, which was actually 5 minutes away. The job was not ideal, but it was manageable. It was a lighter patient load. Management, we got along just fine. Me and my co-nurses got along just fine. I did have some lazy STNAs. That was one of the things that bothered me the most about the job, but I'm one of those nurses who jump in and help. So it did not bother me as much. We did have difficult times there because we went through like 3 different director of nurses, 2 different administrators, all within like the 6-month span of me working there. So while working there, one day I'm at work and a guy that I worked with, we'll talk like here and there if we are on shift, but we were never like buddy. You seen him in one of my videos. I'm not sure if I uploaded it yet, but we travel nurse together. He was in a rocky relationship, and he said that the only way that he felt as though he could get over his relationship was if he got out of the town, or a matter of fact, the state. And he said that he had set up a profile with the company that we currently work for, and that he's ready to go. And I was like, me too. I always wanted to travel nurse, but I've never had anyone to travel with. All of my nurse friends, they all have children, and or they have husbands and things like that, and they don't want to uproot their whole family and get on the road. There are nurses who do that, but those nurses, they were not willing to do that with me. But he needed a partner, and I needed a partner. And here I am 1 year later. I've been to 2 different states so far, and what I used to make there in 2 weeks, I make that in 1 week plus more. Okay, so say my checks there were $1,300 for 2 weeks, or $1,500 for 2 weeks. I make anywhere between $1,400. My highest check on this assignment has been $1,900. So anywhere between $1,400 and $1,900 in 1 freaking week. And this is 1 year later. If I never got fired from that job, I would have never went to the job that was around the corner from my house, and I would have never met my coworker, and I would have never been propositioned this job opportunity. I probably would have, but it would have not worked out the way that it did. Everything happens for a reason. That is the meaning behind this video. Everything happens for a reason. Do not question why something happens. Do not question why someone broke up with you. Do not question why you got in that car wreck. Do not question why you got fired. Do not question why that door was slammed in your face. Do not question why you were rejected. Do not question it. Do not question it. Because everything happens for a reason. You might have crashed your car because it was meant. You might have crashed, let's say, a Chevy. You crashed your Chevy, but when you get your new car, it's a Mercedes-Benz. It's a car you've been wanting. Let's say your boyfriend breaks up with you, and then once you get free and you're by yourself, you realize how unhappy you were, and you thrive and you flourish, and you meet someone better, who treats you better, who appreciates you, who values you. You're not gonna worry about that ex. You're not gonna worry about that car. You're not gonna worry about that old job anymore, because what's due to come to you is for you. And I promise you, keep your chin up, your shoulders back, apply yourself. Do not do for me. You're fine, okay? You're fine. Everything's happened for a reason, because if I never got fired, I would not be where I am today, and I am so thankful. And that's all that I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching my video. It's Liv. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.